Hey guys, it's me. Thank you for checking out the channel, and here's another video for you today. This is something that I wanted to share about. I've touched a few points in regards to what I'm going to talk about in previous videos, which includes also one of my communication speeches. And so today's video is a little bit about my background, and well, It's not it's not been easy. I'm gonna say that up front. It's not been easy. I was as long as I can remember. I was an overweight child, and I always had in some type of insecurities, as we all have them. Um, I remember that I used to eat a lot of fast food. And my mentality as a child was it was baby fat and it'll go away eventually. And I talked about, I'll get to it. I talked some points about this in a communication speech that is posted on my YouTube page. And so what happened is, as I got older, I had that mentality for so long. I suffered from low self-esteem. I will be honest, it could be different factors. It was so long ago, but I was bullied in elementary school. I still remember exactly who the people are, and I do forgive them. Um, it was one of the toughest times that I can remember. Not only was it those times, but I also had other moments too, as we all have them. I continued to gain weight, and I kept having that type of mentality that it'll go away. It's not it's not bad. Then my weight started to become an issue, and it was an issue that I did not fix immediately. I do admit that I kept going up and down with my weight, but my heaviest was 218. I'm not proud of that, but we'll get to that point in a little bit. So what happened was that as I got older, I went to high school. I had experiences in high school that I can remember that were very unpleasant, mostly comments, different things. I still remember a specific jacket, and I can still remember the color. It was like a burgundy with yellow stripes going down the sleeves. I always had this thing as I got to be overweight that I needed to cover my stomach. That was something that made me feel so insecure. If I didn't have my jacket, I felt like I was without a protection. And I considered my jacket to be a protection to shield myself away from the world outside that was giving me those comments, negative comments, all those experiences that I went through. And my experience may not be as tough as others have gone through, but I feel that most of these things in these times are relatable to many people out there. And my weight became a very large issue, even up to about 3 years ago. I remember I was in my first job and I had gone down. Then I went back up and I reached my heaviest 218 pounds. I actually started to feel, I think it was this arm, on my left arm, to get numb. It, it might have been while I was going to sleep or something like that. But it would get numb. I wasn't feeling well. I remember that I would try on my clothes and it would be embarrassing to wear them. They were so tight that even my pants, and I'm going to be honest, up here, I'd have to take a deep breath and try and button them. And even then, I was afraid the button would actually pop out. I was having such a low self-esteem, and eventually we had to get rid of that jacket. It got too worn out, and once I started losing weight the first time, we threw it away. Um, the second time, um, well, the time after when I gained my weight back, I gained it even more than what I was before, and it was so embarrassing to have to go out. And I know that we have stood up for love the shape and don't let others, get to you. If you've seen my other speech from communications, one of my last ones, I did that too. But this is in regards to health. It started to affect my health, and I eventually went to my doctor about 2 years ago now, close to 2 years. I went to my doctor and I found out I had high blood pressure. And when that happens, the doctors usually issue some type of medication. In the long run, with those medications, it does have its side effects. And from what I've been told, and I think he told me too, is that it can affect the kidneys, it can affect different areas, and it's he what he told me, I've mentioned it before, I'm going to mention it again, is that he encouraged me to exercise. Uh, he encouraged me, he told me that at my age it was basically too young and too risky to be on those pills. So it would be best to naturally bring down the weight. And of course, during this time of losing all these pounds, I'm still working on it. From all those years of my life up till now, I have had so many insecurities that I would say one of them is public speaking because of my weight. Mostly, I am not quite used to, or was not used to wearing shirts or anything without something on top, even in this crazy weather outside that we have here in Vegas, where apparently people are cooking eggs on the sidewalk on the skillet, cooking under a minute, baking cookies in the car within 6 hours or so, and they actually turn out like how you would get from the oven. So imagine that, right? I'm wearing all these things on top, and it's like carrying baggage. It's baggage that I have gotten so tired of having to wear that, and I think a lot of the viewers out there feel the same way. And I've always had this thing. I've been up and down with my weight because I tend to, how to put it, like motivate myself and then somehow end up slipping. I lose interest and I just go back. And I started losing weight. He told me what stuck out to me, and it's still here today, is that many of us, let's say we get New Year's, right? New Year's, we have a resolution, we say we're going to do so and so, and then we start the year, we end the year, and what happened? We didn't get anything done, or we didn't get most of it. We set those as goals in our life every year. A lot of the things we don't reach to, some things we might, some things we don't. And so how he explained this to me was that it was time to pick up exercise. Exercise is an excellent source to help lower blood pressure. And on top of that, this is how I see it. It's a great stress reliever, especially for all the working viewers, all the school students out there who end up at the end of the day feeling very stressed. I have found it to be very relaxing. And I say this because the exercise that I have chosen to do, and I've done it for about a year now, is cardio kickboxing. So I picked up that and I took his advice, which he told me make it into a lifestyle. If you make it into a goal, it's basically for me how I think it's going to be like the New Year's resolution. We say we're going to do it and we end up not doing it. So I ended up picking it up and I took his advice, made it into a daily routine instead of thinking, oh, in so much of this time, 6 months from now, this is my goal, and once I reach it, who knows what's going to happen after? And that's how I think my mentality has been throughout all these years, because I would reach my goal or get to it, and then I would just let it go, let myself go, and gain the weight back. So I took his advice and I took it. Instead of thinking that far ahead, I think in the present. Just get through each day, finding a time to exercise, and it can be any type of exercise that we love. I chose from the start. I actually did Zumba. I did Zumba. Um, then I switched to cardio kickboxing. I ended up falling in love with cardio kickboxing. It's awesome. I've been told, and I've read online that it's different from the regular kickboxing because you could go to a kickboxing gym and they have all the equipment. Cardio kickboxing is an incorporation of those moves with cardio, except you don't have all of the equipment unless you buy it piece by piece. But I do it at home. I stream it from YouTube to my TV. I have noticed, and I will give this tip. I've read online there's pros and cons to doing both ways or either one. I used to do it in the morning, the exercise. I used to exercise in the morning, and then I would get ready after. But the bad part is that I had to make sure I had something in my stomach, breakfast. And I would be told that I had to wait at least an hour if it was a heavy meal. It's not good to exercise right after. Same goes for other activities. It's not good to go swimming right after you eat. And so I started out working in the morning, working out. And then I started to have a little bit of time issues because of my classes and homework and everything. Um, so I decided, and I gave it a try without even doing the research first, was I seem to have a bit more time at night, so I chose to do it at night. It's one of the last activities of the day that I do. And I do Billy Blanks. Some of the videos that I started out with are actually not there, or maybe I'm missing them when I'm scrolling down, but he has some new ones. For me, the older ones, like early 2000, late 90s, those are the best ones. I did that, and later on, I found Janice Saffel. Sorry, my voice is a bit pitchy today. Janice Saffel, she does Tabata workouts. She does cardio kickboxing. Um, it's a whole bunch of different videos. I've tried most of them. She has her channel on YouTube, so if you want to check her out, it's Janice, I believe it's Janis, Saffel, Saffell. So you should find her there. And so I was doing both, and I started to lose a lot of weight. Another thing, too, I don't have it at hand, but I have the Sweet Sweat. Sweet Sweat, um, they have the tubes or they have the jar. It's a liquid that you put in the areas that you want to sweat, and I also have the belt. If you combine the belt with the liquid around the stomach, it really makes you sweat. You guys can check it out online if you want more information, but just to brief you guys on it, Sweet Sweat is, and it doesn't have a bad smell. And they also have a coconut one, but the one I use is the regular, and it's not bad. It's just very oily, but the area that you put it on, it actually makes you sweat more, and it helps to heat up the body more, and you start sweating. I started off first with just the liquid in the jar, then I bought the belt. Then I read that if you use both, you sweat more. So I did that. It helps, I believe, with water weight. And I started doing that. If you guys decide to put it like on the arms, anywhere else, be careful with the clothes because from my experience, they do get stained. I stopped, but just the belt and the cream alone in the stomach region has helped me to warm up just enough to get a lot of sweat going. And so I started losing a lot of weight. I've been asked what am I doing? So that's part of why I want to share this video. It might be a bit long, but so I am not on a diet. I will be honest up front, I'm not on a diet. I have kept to the same meals that I've always eaten, but here's the catch. I started, and I still do it. I've had my cheat days lately, but I still do this. I eat the same meals, just cut it in half. I still drink soda, not as much as I used to, but I still drink that. Water. I still go and get fast food, McDonald's, some Hispanic food, anything outside, but not as often as I used to. My family has reverted more to cooking at home, so I tend to eat more what's here. I have my limit. I do eat half, or I eat as much as my stomach can handle, and then I'll save the rest for later. I still drink coffee. You know, I drink all the regular things. I do exercise almost every day, but I do have my days off. What else do I do? I know I do something, sorry. Well, yeah, I've kept up that regimen for quite a while. I eat mostly here. Um, that's pretty much what I do. I have something in mind, but that's what I do, and it's it's a good regimen for me. It might not work with everyone. You might have to be on a certain diet. You might have to do some other stuff. Each person reacts to different things differently, if you get what I'm saying, right? That just works for me. Find what works for you. You don't have to do the exercises I do. You can find anything that you want to do, something that you love. I found it this way. I went through Zumba and decided one day when I saw the Billy Blanks video really quick, I should try it. So I tried it and I loved it. And I have actually gotten a little bit leaner now, and I've been told that I look like I've lost more weight. So I'm going to share another thing that I'm doing right now. It is a toughie, but it's great for the body. I say it's good for the body, the mind. Kickboxing it's wonderful because it's also like self-defense. You learn a lot, but right now I have had to buy an extra set of weights. I do strength training, and I do it here at home. I guess with everything that has gone on in my life, I just find it best to do exercise here at home. I feel more comfortable. But you're welcome to go to the gym, find a place that you feel comfortable in. Uh, I have, I think it's a 2 pound or 3 pound weights, and I just bought one of 8 pounds each, so it's 16 total. And I picked up fitness blenders, strength training. I've done another one that I forgot the name. I try to do alternate every other day so that I can fit in kickboxing. And it's amazing. Like, it's hard for me, and I feel like I want to give up halfway through, but I push myself. I push myself to it. I have seen in about 4 weeks already the results. I've not lost a lot, probably 2 pounds, but I look leaner. So I would recommend for all of you guys, if you want to try it, Fitness Blenders is on YouTube, or I believe their website is fitnessblenders.com. They have excellent workouts, work different areas of the body. Also, in the beginning, I tried Joanna So. She is doing, I believe she's still doing them, but videos of her cardio kickboxing stuff too in her own area where she lives. So you want to check that out too. Find something that works for you, but this is what I've gone through. It's probably not much for a lot of people out there, but it has been an amazing accomplishment for me. I just went back to the doctor and I told him that the difference. I no longer have high blood pressure. I am so proud of myself. Um, and he told me that it wasn't them who did it, it was me. They just guided me in the direction, and that just stood out to me because I have learned within this last year that I can be self-motivated. I have pushed myself to my limits for school, and I've realized that with perseverance, with wanting to get, let's say this, how I feel, these last semesters, I have pushed myself to get the best grades that I can because I've done well enough to pass, but I have never really reached good grades in college, even in high school. So I did that, and I incorporated that into my exercise. I did not want to be on pills. I wanted to be healthy, and I pushed myself, and I am so proud of everything. And it's just an amazing experience. And I know that a lot of us, we've been told by media that if we look this way, we're beautiful. If we don't, we're not. Cherish your figure, but also think about your health. If it is in jeopardy, then you have to find something to take care of your body, because your body it's the only body you get, and you need to take care of it. I have seen and heard of so many people who are on so many medications that it just scares me. And I'm not saying that just out of my family. I've had my grandmas who passed. I remember they used to take a lot of medication. And so think about your body. Try and keep it healthy. And if you are if you have a certain figure, you might be a bit heavy, but you're healthy. Sorry, but you're healthy, then that's fine. Love your figure. But if your health is in jeopardy, please do not wait as long as I did. Take action as soon as possible. It's not late, and you will be grateful for for doing that to yourself, grateful for starting at such an early stage to improve your health. And so it's not been easy. I still remember as if it was yesterday. I still remember that jacket. I still remember going to Disneyland and wearing that jacket to cover my stomach. I, it's been so much for me. My insecurities have given me limits that I'm trying to break now. Public speaking has not been my forte. Apart from feeling so scared that I may say something wrong, apart from having that butterfly feeling in my stomach, I also feel that my weight probably had a lot to do in it. Communications class was not easy for me. Of course, also it's not easy for a lot of people. A lot of my classmates, they were nervous. I just felt like, I'll be honest, I felt like I wanted to run, but then I'd push myself and say this is for a grade. I did go to speech therapy, so I've improved the way I speak. I was a slow talker. My throat is still a bit of an issue. Sometimes it'll go a bit high pitched, but these slow improvements have actually helped me to feel better. It's just been very hard for me. I'm not sure how I made it to this point, but it's been a process. And I'm actually about to start a university next year where they're going to take me out of my comfort zone. So I'm trying to get some practice now while I'm finishing my current college. I feel that I started going in person to classes to the college, but the last 2 years, I was at work. Things changed, so I started doing online, and I feel like, when you go in person, I know that life in college is different than high school or any other school. In high school, you go and mingle with your friends, you go and hang out. College, it's more like go to your class, get your stuff done, go to the next class, or go home, just in and out. You might make a few friends, but it's basically how life is. But at least you're surrounded by people and, you're socializing. Compared to the online classes, it's just you in front of your computer, doing your work, turning in your assignments, logging off, and go and do what other activities you have, or work or something. So this has actually been really tough for me because I feel like the first years I was surrounded at least by people where even though I had these nerves, I still had to force myself to be social, which actually made me feel pretty good. And then I started to do online, and these last 2 years now that I try and go out and I'm actually meeting the staff of the other school and everything, I just feel out of touch with life outside. And I'm not saying that as in I have rarely left my house, because I've not. I've done everything normal. I've gone through the things, I've gone to work. It's been a little bit more, though, that I've not been too social since my last job, but I've noticed I've been out of touch. So that when I end up going back out again, it's like I feel like I don't know how I'm going to react. And it's the same thing that's happening to me right now. In these times, I go out, I do what I have to do, yet I don't really know how to be social. So I'm working on that. Um, but you guys just don't let limits like this hold you back, because I have seen how my limits have held me back and then I end up regretting it. I have become so dependent on things that it's like when it's not there, I don't know what to do. How can we be so dependent on something, and yet when it's time, let's say it's time to jump out of the nest and fly, you don't want to. You have so many insecurities, you have so many things going on, but I'm going to say this, and it's in general, it's just coming from my heart. I am Christian. I do go to church. Actually, the university I'm going to is Christian, so everything it's connecting, and I've seen so many things in my life. I have prayed. I've asked, talked to God about so many things, and as I said, nothing is impossible for Him. So I pray, and He has gotten me through so many things. And one of the biggest issues that I have prayed about is being able to be more social without having that fear that has pulled me away from this world. The fear of public speaking, something that is so simple yet so scary for me. So it's pretty much that I want to share. If you feel the same way I do, or even worse, you're not alone. There's a lot of us out there who have so many insecurities, who have gone through so many things in life. But on top of that, there's a God who's been there the whole time. And if you just go to Him, miracles can happen. And I have been so proud of a lot of things that I have been able to go through, that He has helped me, and then I come out of it and I realize, how did I make it through? And then I see that He helped me, He was there with me. It's so many things, and I just hope that you guys are blessed by this video. It may be long, but it's something I want to share. It's my transformation, as I call it. Not It's physically, but also emotionally, mentally. I see a bright future for myself and for a lot of us out there. I never really thought of what was beyond college until now that it's coming to an end for me and a new start. I've had to search for schools. I've had to see, am I going to continue my education? And I can't believe I'm going to a university. But as I put all of this together, I see how God has helped me through, because I have struggled in the current college with my classes. I'm putting this next semester in His hands too, because it's going to be a toughie. It's Math 120 and Astronomy Lab. But nothing is impossible for Him. So this is my transformation, and I hope that you guys are blessed by this. And sorry about my voice. It's not a very good day for me today. So, let me show you guys a friend of mine here. Right, she's right here. She likes to sit on my bed. This is Minnie Mouse. Got her for my birthday. Yeah. So, uh, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for everything. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on this video. Put any comments. And if you have a story, feel free to send it to me or in the comments section, or I believe there's like a little chat area next to the video. You can post there. And it's not a perfect video and it's long, but but I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Remember that you're not alone, and for God, there's nothing impossible. Everything is possible for Him. You guys can see it through. You'll make it. Uh, there are things that are harder than others, but just keep going. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And make sure if you live here in Vegas, don't be out there because it's too hot. Too hot. So, and I heard Arizona too. Really hot. Crazy, right? It's like an oven. You can be cooking in the car, right? Don't leave a child in the car either. I just read an article about a father who left his child by accident. Can you believe he put her in the refrigerator after to cool her down after she was already stiff and as hot as a brick, they put it? That was very upsetting. But don't leave your children in the car, please. Not even, I mean, that goes for here too, but like all over the world. Do not leave your children in the car, okay? So, oh, and pets too. Do not leave pets in the car. So, thank you so much, guys. I love you. Ciao.